On today's video, let's do some rose maintenance, which includes pruning it, fertilizing it, and also spraying it for maintenance. I am Lisa, the Whimsical Gardener. Welcome to my channel. Would love if you can please subscribe. So on today, I'm in zone 80, and usually January is my rose pruning, rose maintenance month. So today what I'm going to do, it's nice and sunny today, it's 44 degrees. But I am going to walk around the yard and prune roses. I have some climbing roses and some shrub roses as well. And we're gonna go ahead and show you rose by rose. What do you typically do? How do you prune it? How do you fertilize it? When do you fertilize, and so forth. So the first thing we're gonna start with is behind me I have a shrub rose. This one here is the Sunset Horizon. I'll pop a picture of it on the screen so you can see what it looks like. So for this, I've kind of let it go on a little bit rogue. I should have pruned this a little bit earlier, but that's okay. So first of all, when you prune rose, the first thing you want to do is disinfect your pruner. So if you know you have any known disease, be careful, just disinfect. All you do is some alcohol wipes and just wipe the blade from there. I don't have any diseases that I'm aware of last year, so I think I'm pretty good with that. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to take this down to about 1/3 of the height, which is a severe pruning that I'm going to do. So if you notice, like the rose is all the way on top here, so probably about 6 feet tall right now. I'm going to trim that down severely. So I'm going to do a pruning cut first, and then I'll go back and do a shaping. Now, when you're pruning roses, you can use a rose gloves if you want to. I just try to be very careful when I do it. I find that when I use a glove, sometimes I can't feel anything. So just to be on the safe side, I'm just going to use just some regular medical grade gloves. And the fact that I'm pruning this while it's super cold, it's really helpful because I have my jacket on, so it's protecting my hands. They do sell rose gloves that come all the way up to your arm here to protect it. Now when I'm cutting a rose, what I'm doing is I'm cutting above a node. So what that means is you're going to look to see where it's sprouting and you cut above it. Let me bring it a little closer so you can see what I mean by that. So if you can see, for example, on this rose right here, see how there's a bud right there? I'm going to cut above the bud. Alright, so here's the height of my tree. The next thing I want to do is I'm going to look for dead branches. So let me move the camera and I'll show you what I mean by that. So if you look here, you know how you can see this limb is brown? That means it's dead. So if I bend it, see how it breaks off? It's dead. So I want to remove all dead stems. So I'm going to cut that out. Cut this one out as well. If you can see here, this is another one that's dead, so I'm going to cut that out of the base as well. Now what I want to do is I'm going to look to see any branches that is crisscrossing and hitting another one. I don't want that to happen. So notice how this one is running into that one there. So I can choose to either cut this branch out or this one out. So I'm going to cut this one out. Alright, so let's see what else. This one here, this cane is running into the main cane. So I'm going to cut that out too as well. Alright, just looking to see what else I have. This one here is running into that one, so I'll cut that out. Kate, who are you barking at, Baba? Did you see your friends? Did you see your friends? I have this one here that's also crisscrossing. I'll cut that one out. So I think I cut all of the ones that are crisscrossing. Notice how everything is open out, right? So nothing is running into each other. That's exactly what I'm looking for. You know what? I'm going to cut this branch out. I'll open it up a little bit more. So what I'm looking for is airflow. So notice how nothing is kind of touching each other, not just running out of each other. I've cut all of the dead branches out. Now I could technically prune this a little bit more. You know what? I'll do this. I'll go a little bit, prune it a little bit more. A little bit too tall than what I want. And don't worry, roses are very forgiving, guys. Make sure you pick up the pieces of your roses after you trim them, especially if you have pets that walk in the yard. You don't want them to step on the rose stems because they do have thorn. You want to protect those little babies' legs and their foot. Alright, so severe cut on this one. So this is what I have left on here. Notice how I took it, I think, a little bit more than a third down, but notice how it's open. There's a vase shape. There's no limbs that are running into each other. So that's what you're basically looking for. This one here is in need of a severe prune. So this one here is the David Austin Windermere rose, which I got from my parents' neighbor that was moving and they didn't want the roses, so I went and got an opportunity to dug this one up. I'll pop in a picture so you can see what it looks like. A beautiful rose, but oh, hi Kate. Hey Papa, come prune me. You want to help me prune roses? Alright, okay. I need to prune roses. You gotta move away. I don't want your foot to get hurt, okay? Alright, so what I'm going to do with this one here is do the size first, and then I'll go through and do all of the dead branches and so forth. There's a lot of crisscrossing happening with this one, so I do need to do a lot of maintenance with it. Again, clean your pruners in between use. I'm filming this January 11th, I believe, and our roses have started budding out already. We've had a unseasonably warm winter and warm December. All the plants are confused. Remove all of my dead, so this branch here is dead. Cut that out. The reason why you want to prune for airflow is it helps with disease as well. So you want more airflow for your roses. Otherwise, if it doesn't have good airflow, then it promotes disease, black spots, and things like that. See how everything has a vase shape? None of the branches are running into each other. There's airflow going through. Oh, might prune this one too. That's pretty much what you're looking for. Anything that's dead is removed as well. This one is going to run into each other, so I'll take that one off too. So this is what you're looking for. All right, let's focus now on how to trim and prune a climbing rose. So behind me I have a David Austin Bathsheba rose. I'll pop some pictures on it. Beautiful. It's gotten a little bit out of hand, so I do need to do a severe pruning. So for this, again, first of all, clean your pruners. Then what I'm going to do is now I'm going to do a sizing control. So I'm going to trim all of the excess branches off first, and then we'll come back and do some fine tuning. And by that, we'll remove all the dead branches. Anything that is like pencil size, for example, we'll take that out, and we'll just do an overall shape of it. Now, this is going to be a drastic prune, so just FYI on that. So what I'm doing is I'm taking off all the tall canes. So I'll start with that first. See over here how it's really like ruly, it's like out, so I'm going to take that out too as well. So I took this entire thing. Don't worry, it's going to grow back, guys. Now I know you're going to think like, why am I cutting all of these? I'm cutting out the sides of it. Trust me guys, it grows back. I'm going to leave 1 or 2 canes so I can tie them to the trellis. So I'm going to leave 1 or 2 of these canes, then I'll tie them to the trellis. And here I'm going to leave because I want to, I don't know if you can see this, but I'll tie it over on that side because I wanted to provide an arch. So some of the canes that I left is for me to train over the arch. So the next thing I want to do, for anything that's dead, let's go ahead and remove them. So, and by dead you can see it because the stems are brown. So see how this is brown? That just means the stem's dead. See this, but on the inside of the trellis, see how these are all brown? That just means that the stem's dead. So I wanted to show you, this is all of the dead branches that I cut out. It's a lot for this size of a tree. I don't realize how much dead branches I have. Here are all of the other branches that I cut out, the taller ones. So now what I'm going to do is let me clean this up. Now we're going to do a little bit of refining, and then the taller branches that I want to train, I'm going to go ahead and train them as well. So I've got a couple of the longer stems like this, the canes, that I want to train up over the arbor. So to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some ties. These you can buy in a row on any hardware store, Amazon. And they're soft tie, so they don't really hurt the plant because it has like a rubber coating, so it's softer. So I'm going to start training this one. And I'm going to try to train this top one over there as well too. Maybe tie this one in as well. And now what I'm going to do is do some fine tuning. And by that what I mean is trim this severely, more than what I already did. All of the branches like this, I'm just going to trim them shorter. This one here, I may need to tie up a little bit more, this stem, but I'm just going to trim them all a little bit shorter. Instead of sticking out, cutting that out too as well. And I'm cutting above the node. So if you notice, there's a node here, I'm cutting above it. I'm gonna go ahead and tie that one up. Okay, now on the inside of the trellis, what I want to do, because I want to make sure it's clear for walking through, I'm gonna cut anything that you would hit when you're walking through. So I'm just shaping it up now and removing those branches. So this is what I am left with. Hopefully you can see it. It looks very drastic from what I did before, but you will see in spring when it starts flushing out. I could actually go more than what I'm doing right now, but I think I'm good. And then inside I also trimmed all of the branches so that way when you're walking you don't run into any branches. But this is what it looks like from inside of the trellis. Now I want to show you how I'm going to spray and fertilize the rose now that I've trimmed it. So for spraying, I typically use copper fungicide. So this is the Captain Jack's copper fungicide. I'll link this in the description. I'm not sponsored, but when you spray your roses, what you want to make sure is it's not a day where it's like super windy. Or if it's raining, because you don't want it to like wash away everything that you're spraying. So this is the ready to use bottle, and I'm just going to go ahead and spray the generous spray. Make sure you do all the top and bottom as well. And this helps with like things like black spots on the leaves and any other diseases. I usually use rose tone. I'll link this again in the description, not sponsored, but this is my tried and true. This is the Espoma rose tone juice. I take a pretty good handful of the rose tone. And that's it. That's all that I do. So I sprayed it with a copper fungicide, and then I put the rose tone around the roots of the plant. I'm going to go ahead and take the spray and spray as well. I want to share a little bit more detail of another climbing rose that I pruned. So this one is the clear Austin. I'll pop some pictures in, but what I did was, if you look from a side profile, notice how I trimmed it very short to the trellis. So all the stems, instead of pointing out, I just trimmed it very close. I could go shorter than that, but I think that's a good size of what I am looking for. Hopefully you can see it, but I have a rose here that I had already went ahead and trimmed because the canes have gotten so tall. So I trimmed it, and what I did was cut out all the branches that were crisscrossing. So if you can see, I have a cane here, one there, and so forth. It started to leaf out already, guys. This January 11th I'm filming this, and it started leafing out for us. Our plants are so confused because we had such a warm December, but I'll take it. So I'm going to fertilize. Handful of rose stone. Scratch it into the soil. Then I'm going to take my copper fungicide and spray that as well too. Alright, let's continue on the side of the bed. Alright everyone, that should be it for this video. Hopefully you learned how to prune shrub roses, climbing roses, how to fertilize them, how to spray them to prevent disease. I would love if you can subscribe to the channel. Until next time everybody, happy gardening.